Very good afternoon, children. This is L. K. Tripathi, SST teacher from LPM Public School, Gola Bazar, Gorakhpur. My dear students, today we shall discuss about working of institutions. This is your civics portion, chapter number 4, and we shall collect a lot of information related to this chapter. We shall get much more information and knowledge just touching this chapter. So better us to start this in proper way, listen carefully and go through. Democracy is not just about people electing their rulers. In a democracy, the rulers have to follow some rules and procedures. This is very true, children. Democracy means not just to elect the rulers of the country. This is not enough for all the people to elect the representatives, elect the rulers of the country, and their duty go to over. Actually, in a democracy, the rulers have to follow some rules and procedures. No doubt about that. This is the democracy, and democracy is ruled by law. So, all the people whosoever live in this country have also earned some responsibility and duties from the constitution to follow, and according to that we have to go. And the rulers who govern the country, they are more reliable, and they should be more reliable for the nation, because the public have put their faith over them. So their duty becomes more responsible, and they should be more conscious towards their people. They have to work with and within institutions. This chapter is about the working of such institutions in a democracy. We try to understand this by looking at the manner in which major decisions are taken and implemented in our country. We also look at how disputes regarding these decisions are resolved. In this process, we come across three institutions that play a key role in major decisions: legislature, executive, and judiciary. Dear students, in democracy, three institutions of the democracy is very important. This is known the division of power. It means a single person is not holding the absolute power of the country. The power of the rulers are divided into three parts. This is known the institutions. First is legislature, second is executive, and third is judiciary. The work of legislature is to make laws. The work of executive is to implement the laws, and the work of judiciary is to interpret the laws. You have already read something about these institutions in earlier classes. Here we shall quickly summarize those and move on to asking large questions. In the case of each institution, we ask, what does this institution do? We have a lot of questions. Being the citizens of the country, we must ask the questions to the institution. Actually, what does this institution do? what is the work of the institution actually, which is made for us in the country. How is this institution connected to other institutions? What makes its functioning more or less democratic? The basic objective here is to understand how all these institutions together carry on the work of government. Sometimes we compare these with similar institutions in other democracies. In this chapter, we take our examples from the working of the national level government called central government, union government, or just government of India. We can refer the government of country by these names, that is central government, union government, or just government of India. While reading this chapter, you can think of and discuss examples from the working of the government in your state. When we will read this chapter, you can ask or you can discuss about the working of the government in your state. You can know anything related to your country, wherever you live. So, 4.1, let us see it. How is the major policy decision taken? How does government take decision about the major policies? A government order, that is known as Office Memorandum, GO, OM. First of all, this is essential for us to know. A government order on August 13, 1990, the Government of India issued an order. It was called an Office Memorandum. Like all government orders, it had a number and is known by that OM. OM number this and this. Dated 13/8/1990. The Joint Secretary, an officer in the Department of Personnel and Training in the Ministry of Personnel, Public Grievances and pensions signed order. It was quite short, barely one page. It looked like any ordinary circular or notice that you may have seen in school. The government issues hundreds of orders every day on different matters, but this one was very important and became a source of controversy for several years. Let us see how the decision was taken and what happened later. Means you can know that the Joint Secretary, who is the officer of the same department, that is known as Personnel and Training in the Ministry of Personnel, मतलब इस डिपार्टमेंट का जो सेक्रेटरी है वो एक आर्डर इशू करता है जो पब्लिक ग्रीवेंस से जुड़ा हुआ मामला है, पेंशन से रिलेटेड मामला है, और इसमें जो है बहुत छोटा ऑर्डर था, एक पेज का था, जो ऑर्डिनरी सर्कुलर की तरह से दिखता था, जो डेली बहुत सारे सर्कुलर्स गवर्नमेंट इशू करती है उसी जैसा था, लेकिन दिस वाज वेरी इम्पॉर्टेंट और ये बहुत महत्वपूर्ण था जो ऑर्डर देखा जा रहा है इसमें, और ये कंट्रोवर्शियल मैटर हो गया और बहुत सालों तक ये जो है विरोधाभासी मामला इसमें बना रहा, बिकॉज वंस circulating any order by the government is considered as the final order by the government. To make any amendment in the circular, the process is very long. After a long discussion and long reading, the government think to change the lines or to change the order. So that is very complicated matter. This order announced a major policy decision. It said that 27% of the vacancies in civil posts and services under the government of India are reserved for the socially and educationally backward classes. This was the order of reservation, which we have to go here to understand better. See here, Department of Training OM number this and this, dated 13/8/19. This is GI department. Subject 27% reservation for socially and educationally backward classes in civil post services. This is the reservation for the backward classes. An order, you can say OM, memorandum had been issued by the Government of India. What was mentioned in this? In a multiple undulating society like ours, early achievement of the objective of social justice, A, enshrined in the Constitution, is a must. The second backward classes commission, called the Mandal Commission, was established by the term government with this purpose in view, which submitted its report to the Government of India on 31st December 1980. First of all, the Mandal Commission, which was established by the Government of India to study about the matters of the OBCs, other backward classes, and this report was submitted by this commission. They mention all the grievances and bad condition of the OBCs. On that ground, the government decided to give them reservation 27% reservation in all the government services. And this commission was set up in 31st December 80, which was submitted the report in this year. Number 2, government have carefully considered the report and the recommendations of the commission in the present context regarding the benefits to the extended to the socially and educationally backward classes as opened by the commission, and are of the clear view that at the outset certain weightage has to be provided to such classes in the services of the union and their public undertakings. Accordingly, orders are issued as follows. After a serious study of the report, the government decided about them, those who were socially and educationally backward class, that they must be given reservation in all the services and all the undertaking public sectors. 27% of the vacancies in civil posts and services under the Government of India shall be reserved for SCBC, socially and economically backward classes. Next, that is memorandum number this, dated 8/9/1993. What is this? Reservation for other backward classes in civil posts and services under the Government of India regarding. The undersigned is directed to refer these departments OM number this yes seat dated that 13 August 1990 and 25 September 1992, 91 order number 2, and services under the government of India, and to say that following the Supreme Court judgment in the Indira Shahani and other versus Union of India and other cases. Read petition number 930, that is civil suit of 1990. The Government of India appointed an expert committee to recommend the criteria for exclusion of the socially advanced persons sections from the benefit of reservation for other backward classes in civil posts and services under the Government of India. Look, this was memorandum issued by the Government of India in favor of SC/ST reservation, by OBC reservation, SC/BC reservation. So this is known as memorandum, and the order was issued by the Government of India that time in their favor. So again we shall repeat it. This order announced a major policy decision. It said that 27% of the vacancies in civil posts and services under the Government of India are reserved for the socially and educationally backward classes. That is known as SCBC. SCBC is another name for all those people who belong to castes that are considered backward by the government. The castes which were mentioned in the list of the Government of India, they were known SCBC, and for them 27% job security was assured by the reservation. Others could not compete for these jobs. On their seats, no other caste could go to be appointed. Only they will be entitled to hold the chairs. The decision makers. Who are the decision makers? Who decided to issue this memorandum? Clearly, such a big decision could not have been taken by the person who signed that document. We can say the decision which was prepared by the person clearly not taken by the same person. The officer was merely implementing the instructions given by the Minister of Personal Public Grievances and Pensions, of which the department was a part. It is very true, all the decisions taken by the government, there is no any role of the officer who prepared the documents or who signed the letters. But the decision, ultimate decision is taken by the concerning ministry, and the minister is responsible for that. The officers of the department prepare the strategies and advise the ministers about the same, and the decision is taken by the concerning minister of the department. We can guess that such a major decision would have involved other major functionaries in our country. You have already read in the previous class about some of them. Let us go over some of the main points that you covered then. Very important points are given below. They must be read by us, and we shall discuss them in the next video. Till then, we have to be careful and responsible towards our task Do your all the tasks carefully and be safe. Thank you. Have a nice day.